There's a Hole in My Sidewalk by Portia Nelson. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to explore a short but powerful poem that has touched the hearts of many people around the world. It's called There's a Hole in My Sidewalk by Portia Nelson, and even though it's just a few lines long, it holds deep wisdom about life, personal growth, and the journey of becoming more self-aware. This poem is written as an autobiography in 5 short chapters, and each chapter represents a stage in our human experience, especially when we find ourselves repeating mistakes or falling into the same emotional traps. It uses very simple language, but the message it carries can truly change how you see yourself and your patterns. In this video, we'll go through the entire poem, one chapter at a time, and explain what each part means in everyday, relatable terms. The poem starts with chapter 1, I walk down the street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. I am helpless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. This first chapter represents the beginning of a painful or difficult situation in our lives. The hole in the sidewalk is a metaphor. It stands for a problem, a mistake, or a harmful habit we fall into. At this point, the person walking doesn't expect the hole. They fall in suddenly and feel completely powerless. They blame external circumstances, and they don't yet see that their actions or choices had anything to do with falling in. We've all been there, haven't we? Maybe it was a relationship that hurt us, a decision that led to failure, or a period in life where everything felt out of control. In chapter 1, we don't understand how we got into the situation, and we don't know how to get out of it. The process of healing is slow, and we feel like victims of what has happened. In chapter 2, the poem continues, I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I pretend I don't see it. I've fallen again. I can't believe I'm in the same place. But it isn't my fault. It still takes a long time to get out. Here, the story repeats, but this time, the person knows the hole is there. Still, they choose to ignore it. This is a stage of denial. We might be aware that something is not right in our lives, but we keep making the same choices, hoping for a different result. We tell ourselves, this time it will be different, or I can handle it now. But then we fall in again and feel the same pain. And even then, we still might say it's not my fault. The repetition of falling into the same hole symbolizes how easy it is to stay stuck in negative patterns, whether it's returning to toxic people, staying in a job we hate, or falling back into bad habits. It shows that even when we suspect a problem, change is still very hard. The feelings of surprise and helplessness are still present, and recovery still takes a long time. Chapter 3 brings a shift in awareness. The poem says, I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in, it's a habit. My eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. This is a major turning point in the journey. The person is no longer pretending the hole doesn't exist. They are fully aware of it. They even say it's a habit, which shows a deeper understanding of themselves. They fall in again, but this time they take responsibility. It is my fault. That one line is so powerful. Taking ownership of our choices without blaming others is the beginning of real change. And because the person now understands the situation, they're able to get out quickly. This chapter represents that stage in life when we've begun to truly recognize our behavior. Maybe we still mess up sometimes, but we don't stay stuck as long. We stop playing the victim and start taking responsibility. It's the phase where we begin to say, okay, I messed up, but now I know better and I'm going to do better. Next comes chapter 4. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. This is what growth looks like in action. The person hasn't changed the street. They're still in the same environment with the same life circumstances. But now they make a different choice. They walk around the hole. That means they have finally learned from their past. They don't fall in anymore. They recognize the warning signs, the red flags, the patterns, and they avoid them. This chapter is about maturity. It's about having the wisdom and discipline to say no to what hurts us, even if it's tempting or familiar. It could mean walking away from drama, setting boundaries, or replacing a harmful habit with a healthier one. It's that point in your journey where you start living with more intention, and you don't let yourself get pulled into the same cycles that once drained you. Finally, we arrive at chapter 5. I walk down another street. It's just one sentence, but it holds incredible depth. This is not just change, it's transformation. The person isn't just avoiding the hole now, they've chosen an entirely new path. That means they've left behind what no longer serves them. They've created a different life for themselves. This could be choosing a new career, letting go of old identities, or starting a journey of healing that completely shifts how they think and live. It means they've truly learned the lessons and they've stepped into a new chapter with awareness, strength, and confidence. They are no longer defined by the old hole in the sidewalk. They've moved on. Now that we've walked through each chapter, let's take a moment to reflect on the meaning of the poem as a whole. There's a Hole in My Sidewalk isn't really about a sidewalk or a hole. It's about all of us. It's about how we navigate the problems in our lives, how we grow from our mistakes, and how we begin to change the story we're living. Every chapter reflects a real and relatable stage of life. In Chapter 1, we're unaware and lost. In Chapter 2, we're in denial. In Chapter 3, we begin to wake up and take responsibility. In Chapter 4, we make healthier choices. And in Chapter 5, we reinvent ourselves completely. The poem teaches us that it's okay to fall. It's part of being human. What matters is that we don't stop there. We keep learning, growing, and eventually walking down a new street. So the next time you feel stuck, frustrated, or like you're repeating the same mistake over and over, come back to this poem. Ask yourself, what chapter am I in right now? Am I still blaming others? Am I starting to take responsibility? Or have I already begun to create a new path for myself? Whatever stage you're in, know this. You are not alone, and you are not broken. You're simply in the middle of your story. The hole in the sidewalk may feel deep, but each time you climb out, you grow stronger. And eventually, you will walk down another street. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and reflecting on this beautiful piece of poetry. If this poem resonated with you or helped you understand yourself better, feel free to share it with someone else who might need to hear it. Please like the video, leave a comment below about which chapter you relate to the most, and don't forget to subscribe for more thoughtful, inspiring content. Life is full of holes, yes, but also full of new streets. And you always have the power to choose which one to walk down.